Today's show is sponsored by the ABV Barrel Shop. The ABV Barrel Shop is located in the St. Louis metro community of Arnold, Missouri, and is the world's first single barrel only liquor store. This business is owned and operated by Steve Akeley and Jim Fosnot. Head over to abvbarrelshop.com to sign up for their email and text distribution list. That way you'll know what they have in stock, what classes are coming up, and what barrel picks they have in the works. We are also sponsored by The Bar to Go. The Bar to Go offers a fully customizable carrying case that allows you to take your favorite distilled spirits or cocktail ingredients with you. Whether you're looking for yourself, a customized gift, or logo items for your business or event, The Bar to Go can help. Check them out at thebar2go.com. Use the number 2 when you type out The Bar to Go. Did you know Neely Family Distillery now ships its popular distilled spirits directly to you? To order, simply call 859-394-3258. Tell them the ABV Network sent you. And now, on to the show.
Let's drink!
Welcome to the Bourbon Daily, the podcast about everything bourbon delivered to you every day of the week. Today on the show, we assess Kathy Kuhl's bourbon celebrity rating. My name is McNew. Please join me in welcoming my co-host, Steve Akeley, along with our special guests, J-Ro, Kathy Kuhl, and Luke Otero.
Hey, gang, what's up?
Hey, guys.
Hey, everybody.
Hello.
Hey, so yeah, it's not normally that we do these where by request. Kathy requested to get one of these done for her, so that's how this one came about. But yeah, we'll go ahead and do it, and yeah, should be a fun day today. But before
I'm
we get to
personally
that,
mortified by the
Kathy,
topic. So.
Kathy said there's something she wanted to talk about. What is that, Kathy?
It is. So, what is the dumbest thing you've done that you're willing to admit?
Today or
Dumbest thing that you're.
I'll give you a 30 or 60 day limit if you need one.
Oh, in the last 30 to 60 days?
How much time do we have?
How much time do we have?
Huh.
I mean, I could really fuck this whole thing up. I mean, like, just, do you want to know in the last 2 hours or like?
Oh, let's hear something, J-Ro.
Yeah, throw it out
Get us
there.
started. J-Ro, get us started. What's the dumbest thing you've
Well,
done?
I'm a strawberry blonde. I have a college degree, a great career. I would consider myself book smart and street smart. Common sense, though, is lagging. But I'm also accident prone. Every fucking day, something that would never happen to anyone else happens to me. I actually have a split lip from picking up cigarette butts from having company off the deck, and a little baby piece of wicker furniture was sticking out, and I bend down to pick up the cigarette butts, and it splits my lip open. My lip swells up 10 times its normal size. Clearly, I'm allergic to something in it. That was just yesterday. I mean, on the date, that's actually, it's funny that you say that, Kathy. That was actually going to be something I brought up. But I thought, oh, I'll just let it ride. I just want to know, does that happen to everyone else, or is it just me?
McDo.
Yeah, no, my life is a series of small accidents, honestly. Like daily, I injure myself. Like, look at my finger. I cut my nail. Like, my fingernail is cut in half and about to fall off, and I can't look at it. I have issues right now. Like, I injure myself on a pretty regular, stupid basis.
If people didn't know better, it would seem like I was like domestically abused.
Yeah.
Because I am covered in bruises.
I had a whole bruise here the other day. It's gone now. I'm glad. I don't know what it was from. I just wake up with them. There's a cut on the back of my hand. I don't know where that came from. I'm just a hot mess.
But everyone knows that clearly that's not going down, because I'm from the South and I will whoop someone. But I just injure myself on the reg, like
regularly.
Okay.
On the reg. Yeah.
I'd say the dumbest thing that I do regularly at this point is every customer who comes in the store has to be greeted. When we don't say hello from behind the bar, we go up and we introduce ourselves, we shake our hands. But I'm not so good at remembering names and faces. Certainly some you do, but I'll embarrass myself all the time, and I get so angry at myself, which is like, yeah, we met last week, or I was in here and I bought this. I'm like, oh, shit. Or what's even worse is
5 times before I remember a face.
okay.
Yeah. I'm terrible. I'll remember faces, but not names. I'll be like, who is that? I know them.
Right.
I've talked to them so
It's
many
tough.
times, and I have no idea what their name is. It's
You
Well,
know,
when you're
Steve,
trying to
what
be
you
good and then you call by the
what
wrong
you do
name.
next is say, I'm sorry, but you look so much like Mike, and he was in the other day as well, and I couldn't tell if you were Mike or you, and you just play it off. Like, I'm sorry, you just look so much like Mike or Frank, or you pick a name and you're like, you're so close and familiar. I thought I knew you, but I was going to get the name wrong.
Yeah, I'm terrible with that. Like, my cousins have a chili cook-off every year. All their friends come, we go. And Chris was like, hey, you remember Jeff from last year? I'm like, nope. And I was like, yeah, clearly I do. After I see him and we start talking and we're all drinking, I'm like, yeah, I do remember these people. Had no idea what their names were. And I spent hours with them at these parties. Like, no idea.
It's embarrassing.
It is. And I feel like an asshole. I'm like, I should know these people's names.
Yeah.
Especially
Do you
with
ever
your
do anything
celebrity
dumb?
rating where it is.
It's pretty much along the same lines as you and the name thing. In the world of politics, I've pretty much got all those down because it's a relationship thing that I've had for over 33 years. But in the distribution side, when you're meeting so many different sales managers and store managers, and I have to be quick on my feet, and I'll use because I'm bilingual, I'll call them something in Spanish, and it's not bad. It's just it's respectful, but it's not their name. But my kids give me a hard time every time, and this happens more often than not. Is that they'll introduce me to their friends or something, and that goes in one ear and out the other. And when they come back, I say, "Oh, hey Jimmy, how you doing?" They just go along with it. They say, "Hi, Mr. Otero," and then the kids will tell me afterwards, "His name's not Jimmy." You call everybody Jimmy.
Like, hey, champ. You just
Yeah,
don't
champ.
anymore.
Hey, boss, how you doing?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So that happens more often than not, Kathy. So thanks for pointing that out.
Yeah. Well, Kathy, how about you? You asked the question. What have you done?
My dumb thing trumps all of your dumb things.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
So I was fishing around behind my couch, and I have a lot of, like, there's a power strip back there. I've got
Sure.
plugs back there, and everything goes off. So I'm like, all right, I gotta fix the socket. So living by myself, that means I have to go down and try 4 different breakers. So I'm upstairs and downstairs 4 different times before I find the right breaker. Pull the electrical socket out. Everything's connected correctly. I don't know why this electrical socket isn't working. I put it all back together, and I look over at the wall, and I'm like, oh, when I was digging around behind the couch, I flipped the switch off.
Oh.
You really just did all the breaker work when it was just a little switch.
Now, it's a switch that always stays in the up position.
Yeah.
And when I was digging around, apparently part of me hit the switch off. But instead of checking the switch first, I did all the hard work.
Been there, done that.
And it was the switch.
We should actually get T-shirts. Been there, done that.
Been there, done that.
Mhm.
There you go.
Yeah, that's
All
my
right.
dumb thing.
All right. Well,
It's the strawberry blonde.
it happens. That stuff just happens. So, guess what, gang? It's time to drink. I'll go first. I've got the Evan Williams Master Blend, which is a blend of famous Evan Williams products. This is a screw top, no cork pop. So I am out of this one. So we're going to start this one with McNew. McNew, what do you got?
I have some limousine rye from
Oh,
the
That's
Skip.
good.
Not
Okay.
much on pork though.
That's enough. It could be. We'll see. We'll see. All right. Next up is going to be J-Ro. J-Ro, what do you
I
got?
have an old granddad bonded.
Okay. Okay. No, McNew's still got the lead. She's clinging to it, just barely. Kathy, you're next.
I'm gonna open up my Papa's birthday barrel.
Okay. Very nice. Okay, there's a lot going on there. So much squeak.
I know.
So much slosh.
I know.
There was a decent cork pop in there.
And it's
I'm
tasty.
going to say, Kathy beat MacLeod, but with the penalty points, they're actually tied. They're dead. They're in a dead heat.
Okay.
All right. So Luke, here's where we're at. It's you versus Kathy and MacLeod. What do you got?
I've got the Smoke Wagon barrel strength.
Okay.
Nope.
No,
Oh,
not
it
enough.
was cute though.
Yeah. Congratulations to MacLeod and Kathy. You went on a rare tie. Cheers.
Cheers.
Here's everybody.
All right. We'll take a quick break. And then when we come back, it's going to be time to talk to Kathy and we'll figure out her bourbon celebrity ranking. We'll do that in just a few. Let's talk about the people who make these shows happen. First up is the ABV Barrel Shop. It is the most unique shopping experience in the world of bourbon, as the ABV Barrel Shop only sells single barrels. Owners Steve Akeley and Jim Fosnot select. With over 100 distilleries on board to sell us barrels, we are home to the most unique and diverse barrel pick selections in the bourbon world. By signing up for our email, you will always know what we have in stock. In addition to the single barrels, we'll have a gift shop featuring ABV Barrel Shop as well as ABV Network merchandise. We are partnering with vendors like Art Eatables and Old Man Bay Signs to bring you unique items you can't find anywhere else. We will also have a 24-seat classroom where we are offering educational and fun classes like Breakfast and Bourbon, a series where we pair donuts and bourbon, customer barrel picks, and opportunities to learn from master distillers and other bourbon dignitaries. Best of all, we feature a tasting bar where you can try before you buy. All of this is located in the St. Louis metro community of Arnold, Missouri. If you are in the St. Louis area, please stop by to say hi. If you're traveling in from outside the area, please take advantage of our hotel rates with the Drury Inn and Pear Tree Inn, less than a mile from our shop. This can be done via the links in our Visit St. Louis section on our website. Head over to abvbarrelshop.com to plan your trip. The ABV Barrel Shop. It's where single barrels live. Hi, this is Steve Akeley, owner of the ABV Network. We're sponsored by the Stave and Thief Society. This is where you, a bourbon enthusiast, can expand your knowledge and emerge a bourbon steward. In 2017, I completed my Executive Bourbon Steward certification. It's the most comprehensive bourbon certification program available and connects you with an expansive network of bourbon enthusiasts and professionals. Check out the full listing of in-person and online certifications and join the society today by enrolling at staveandthief.com. Okay, let's talk about the Neely Family Distillery. In 2018, I met Royce Neely at an industry event. He started appearing on our shows, and we became friends during my frequent trips to Kentucky. Today, he is amongst the leaders of young distillers leaving their mark on the bourbon industry. A visit to Neely Family Distillery yields insight on their unique family history, why their products are special, and gives you the opportunity to taste their whiskey, moonshine, and creams. Check them out at NeelyFamilyDistillery.com or visit them in Sparta, Kentucky.
This is Kathy Kuhl, and I can't wait to pet your goat. And you're listening to the ABV Network.
Welcome back to the Bourbon Daily. Today we are ranking Kathy Kuhl's bourbon celebrity rating.
Yes, we are. We had a long commercial break in there, and what we did is we were talking, and Kathy feels she should be in the 90 percentile.
Percentile, yeah.
99. He's like right under Jimmy
Right,
Russell.
right,
It's weird.
yeah. So Jimmy Russell's perfection. He'd be 100, and 0 is Eddie Bolton. So you're trying to get somewhere between 0 Eddie Bolton and 100 Jimmy Russell, Kathy. Okay,
That's
100
right.
points.
That's right.
All right. Before we get to voting and assessing a score to Kathy, we are able to ask her questions. What sort of questions would you like to ask Kathy to help determine her bourbon celebrity status?
Kathy, I think you're like an ultimate bourbon fan. Like you come on the podcast, you go to events, you're very into it. Would you like a career or a side hustle in bourbon?
Okay.
Oh, that's my dream. I would leave everything right now for a career in bourbon or even a side hustle.
What does that look like? Like what role do you want in bourbon?
I'm the best tour guide you've ever met.
Or you would be a great tour guide. You would have the most fun. I want Kathy as a tour guide. Go work somewhere. I'm
Okay.
gonna.
I can get down with that.
Yeah,
Okay.
you would be an excellent tour guide. I love that.
I know.
The best, better than Freddie Johnson, you feel
Well,
you'd be?
Well, she's come so factual tonight, like prep paperwork.
She'd have
all
research.
prepared.
You'd have the
Not
research.
better,
Yeah.
but different.
Yeah.
Different.
I can get down with that. 100%.
That's the one thing I've enjoyed about meeting Kathy through the podcast. And this is our first time we podcast together, but the time she's been on, like J-Rose said, that she has done her research and she's very thorough. So my question would be to you is, if you couldn't be a tour guide, where else do you think you could apply yourself in this industry?
Oh, okay.
Oh, brand ambassador.
Brand ambassador.
You would be
Right.
excellent at that too. Actually.
All right.
If I can learn it, and if I don't know it, I'll bullshit my way through, and I can get you to believe me.
If you believe it, they'll believe it.
Okay. Okay. What else? What else? Kathy, what's been your greatest bourbon accomplishment so far?
I've been able to be a part of many barrel picks,
Okay.
not just through the ABV network, but personally. I've been able to pick barrels, and that's just so much fun.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. And I asked this to McNew when we were evaluating her. If we'd go through your phone, how many bourbon celebrities do you have in there?
I would say 0, Steve.
Okay.
0.
0. Oh,
Unless you
No.
count you and McNew.
okay. Okay.
I think we count. We have two.
Okay, I
solid.
have 2. I have
Yeah,
2.
McNew scored 72. She's verified. She
I-
gets a little.
I
She
have
gets a little
two.
blue check mark. She's
I don't even have
verified.
to pay $8 for it.
You got it. You do owe me $8 a month now, McNew. But yes, you are verified. So you are verified with a score of 72.
It'll be fine.
I can think of 2 distillers that probably know me by name.
Okay. Two
Who would that
distillers.
be?
Demetrius and Lenny.
What about Royce? Royce doesn't know you by name?
I don't know. I feel like Becca knows me, but I'm never sure if Royce really knows who I am.
All right. What about Adam Stumpf?
Yeah, stop.
Adam Stumpf would like to forget me.
Okay. What Gary Heingardner certainly remembers who you are.
I think Gary Heingardner would see me and think, I think I know her from somewhere, but he wouldn't know my name.
He wouldn't know your name. Okay. What about Jackie Zykan? You're friends with her dad.
I'm really good friends with her dad. Saw him today.
Yeah, that gets some points,
What a
right?
small, weird world. That's cool.
So the
Yeah.
fun thing about him is I think since he's met me, he appreciates his daughter's role.
That
in
sounds like a bourbon celebrity thing right there.
even more.
That sounds
There
like a
you
bourbon celebrity.
go. There you
Now-
go.
You see him via your dental practice work.
Yes. If HIPAA were
Does he
allowed
just
to
have
tell you that, I would say yes. But there
Does
are
he
no
just-
HIPAA police, so I will say yes.
Does he just have terrible teeth? Because you've seen him
No,
like
no,
three
no.
times
He
in the last month.
Tell you that if he did.
He must have
I
terrible
can't.
teeth.
Let's just say he had an emergency issue and then he decided to come back and get a checkup and cleaning.
He's
And
got some bad chompers.
Hold
Yeah,
on.
his
My
teeth are in great
ex-husband
shape.
goes to the dentist. All of his teeth are like amazing because he's like a fucking he's a nut job about his teeth. So it doesn't mean you have bad ones if you go a lot.
3 times in a
every
month.
6 months.
That's too
Hold
much.
on.
I don't care who you are. 3
I
times.
worked at the dentist office when I was in college for 5 years. The dental health is very important in my life and my whole
Dude,
life.
People keep their
Dude,
teeth
she
live
damn near
longer.
killed a guy. So that-
Hey,
that-
you
under her career.
only floss the teeth you want to keep.
No, so maybe he's just coming in because he's like, Kathy's here. I get to see a bourbon.
Yeah, there you
I
go.
think that's
Maybe
it.
that's why he's coming 3 times a month.
Yeah.
I will campaign that is the truth, but really I think I just make him feel really proud of his daughter.
Oh,
Oh,
that's
how
even
about
better,
that?
actually.
What about Dave from Still 630? Does he know who you are?
He knows that I like to taste his product, but I don't think he knows my name.
Okay. Fair enough. Jero, any questions for you?
If I had $1 for every time I heard that, I'm just kidding.
You'd have $2.4 billion I live in
about
California.
74 cents. No, I think we covered a lot of the questions. I actually just have a comment. I mean, I think you would make an excellent tour guide and an excellent brand ambassador, like hand in hand, like 100%. Like,
I'm going to put this out there. Anybody
lookout.
looking for a tour guide or a brand ambassador?
Tour guide or
I'll be
brand
on the
ambassador?
lookout for you.
I am KK Cast Strength on Instagram.
Okay.
I like it. I like it.
Maybe Demetrius will be hiring. Demetrius or who's the other one that knows you?
Lenny.
Lenny. Oh, Lenny. Yeah,
Well, Lenny knows everyone.
This is
Yeah.
true. This is
Not
true.
to
Demetrius
downplay
posted that he was he was harvesting the corn or harvesting something. I was like, damn, if I didn't have a day job, I would love to drive a corn getter upper.
That's
Like,
what
can
they
I
call
just
it.
drive a corn getter upper?
Hell yeah.
Corn getter upper.
You write a
Okay.
country song about that.
Yeah. All right. All right. It is now time to assess Kathy. That was her time to shine. But now the power's taken away from her and it lays in the hands of the judges who will be judging her and scoring her. We'll start with J-Ro. J-Ro, tell us why and then tell us your score for Kathy.
Well, so I've just met Kathy, and
But you know of her because of her bourbon celebrity status.
I do know of her. I'm going to give her a 52.
52. Okay. Interesting. All right. All right. Next up is Luke.
I too just met Kathy in person, but I've been a follower of hers since you have been bringing her on the shows, and I really enjoy what she does and the research she does and the effort she puts forward and the enthusiasm she gives out. So I'm going to give her a solid 70.
70. Okay. 70. She's doing good. She's doing good. McNeil, what do you think?
All right, so I think people do know Kathy, especially the ABV network. We expect to see you at events, and if you're not there, we're like, where's Kathy today? We do miss you if you're not around. And I think the Bourbon Daily listeners like Luke do like you and appreciate you because you do a lot of research, you come with good points, and you're funny and you're fun. And I like hanging out with you, but I like some karma, so I'm giving you a 31.
31. There you go. There you go. That's fair. That's fair. That's fair. That's what she gave McNew when she was evaluating. So, Kathy is great, and Kathy is on her way. She's starting to build a resume here. She's coming on the Bourbon Daily more and more. And you know what? That doesn't happen by accident. That happens. I ultimately control who comes on the show, and you'll see I have some people on, and then I have some people on a lot, and Kathy's certainly in the heavy rotation because I like what she does. She comes prepared, she comes funny, and she's part of this show now, moving ahead. Now, that being said, she's relatively new to what she's doing. I feel like she's got a long way to go. As far as, the bourbon world, not a lot of bourbon celebrities know her by name yet. She's working on that. I think that she has plenty of work ahead of her. And if she sticks with it, I think she can be a big deal because she certainly has the knowledge. I think that's a good base to start with. She has the passion for bourbon. That's a good thing. She just has to continue to work her way and maybe land a job in bourbon or those type of things, get involved, events and things like that. So that being said, Kathy, I give you an 8.
Oh,
All right.
Wow. I'm honored. I'm over
It
Jim.
sounded like a 50, 60. It sounded like a
No, he gave me more than Jim.
It's true. Jim's a 1
And
point.
that's coming up tomorrow.
All right. So how we do this is we toss the high score. That was a 70. We toss the low score. That was an 8. That leaves a 52 and a 31. We take an average of that. And that means, Kathy, your score is 41.5.
That's solid. That's a good score.
Yeah.
I'm so
You've got my vote.
thankful.
You've got my vote.
Yeah. There you go.
A lot of room to grow, Kathy. A lot of room to grow.
Yes. Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it.
You know what your base is now. So you are verified. You now owe me $8 a month. And what's unique about me, for an extra $2 a month, making it an even 10, I will have a trending arrow. So on that trending arrow, it'll say, is that score going up? Is it staying the same or is it going down? Now, as we went through and evaluated McNew, I talked on the show about hers going straight up. I feel like McNew was, while she had a very good score of 72, she's still on the rise in the world of bourbon. And her next to her verified check mark would be the up arrow. And Kathy, I can tell you too, with your score of 41.5, you would also have the up arrow next to your name. You're still trending upwards in the world of bourbon. How about
thank you.
Yeah. So that's good stuff. Congratulations on that.
And Kathy, I feel like people don't know me enough. If you ever need a reference when you apply to be a tour guide, just put me as a former manager somewhere. I've been so many of my friends' managers for references. Like,
oh wait, you can solidly put me down. Actually,
yeah. I'll be anybody's manager. I'll be like, she was my best employee. We miss her so much. She's gonna do wonders.
I think I may have made a little name for myself in this little community that I live in. So maybe put me down. I don't care. Okay. Call me by my full name though.
Too bad we're not evaluating J-Row. That would have been a fun one to see, but that's not happening tonight. Yeah. That's not happening.
That has to happen at some point. I think that would be fun.
I think it does. I think everyone has to get evaluated.
I do have some couple fun pictures. So,
okay, Steve, I hope I get to be a part of that show because I'm a big fan of J-Row.
Okay. All right. Well, there you go.
Everyone should have Luke Otero on their rating show.
Oh yeah, Luke he gives good scores.
He does. I love it. I'm in.
I tell you what, I write the shows. I'm gonna stack the audience. I'm gonna see who gives the nicest ratings. I'm gonna load it with those folks. That's gonna be how we find out who goes on my shows evaluating me. Luke's there. He's
like the nicest man in the world. He's clearly 99.9.
All right, well, we'll wrap this one up as we always do by talking about where people can find us. J-Row, we'll start with you. Where can people find you?
Well, you can find me on Instagram at jrow.bourbon.pro.
All right, Kathy.
Well, for now, you can find me on Instagram at KKCastStrength, but maybe someday in the future, you will find me as a brand ambassador or a tour guide at your favorite distillery.
Okay. She made a move recently to up her bourbon celebrity status by joining Instagram. So that was...
I know, right? And you didn't even ask me how many followers I have.
Yeah.
I think I followed from 3 of my accounts.
Well, there you go. You got 3 of McNew's accounts following you, so that's good.
Up in the follower account for you.
Yeah.
I have 82 followers.
All right, there you go. Luke, how about you? Where can people find you?
At Santa Fe Boutique Wines on Instagram and Luke Otero on LinkedIn.
Right, McNew.
I'm on Instagram at McNew ABV.
For me, I'm an easy guy to find. I'm at Steve Akeley on Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook. I've got a website, steveakeley.com. We've also got a company website. That thing's abvnetwork.com. Check it out because everything that we do is out there. Previous shows, blogs, so much more, abvnetwork.com. McNew, anything else to say before we get out of here?
I would like to remind the audience to please give us a 5-star review. That includes comments. It helps new people find the show, which is very important to us. And if you like what we're doing, we ask that you please visit our Patreon page at patreon.com/theABVNetwork.
All right, great job today, gang. For audience, we'll have a brand new show for you tomorrow. Looking forward to that. Until then, take care, everybody. See ya.
Bye.
Bye.
Good night.
Peace. Before we finish the show, let's talk about some great companies that support the ABV network. First up is Moonshine Still Pro. Moonshine Still Pro has a full line of products to help the home distiller. Whether you want to experiment on the stove in your kitchen or you're looking for a bigger setup in your backyard, owner Russell Creed and his team can help. They have multiple still offerings, accessories, and even grain from their partners at Goldstone Mill to assist you in making whiskey on par with your favorite distillery. They can also help you with some fabricated parts you probably can't make yourself if you are attempting a DIY still project. Learn more or order your still or parts at moonshinestillpro.com. Another friend of ours is the Goldstein family at Goldstone Mill. The Goldsteins offer a variety of heritage and heirloom grains to make the finest whiskeys in the world. Plus, they are more than just a grain company. They are truly consultants to make sure the grains they are providing to you or your business meet your highest expectations. Additionally, they work with mills around the country, ensuring shipping is as low as possible for their customers. If you're a distillery, brewery, or even doing this at home, Goldstone can assist you. Check them out at goldstonemill.com. Call them at 217-254-6613 or check in via email at hello@goldstonemill.com. Last but not least is the ABV Barrel Shop. While we don't get to play in the allocated bourbon game because we aren't selling the other products you have to do to get those, we do have access via our friendships in the bourbon industry to some really cool stuff. Have you ever seen your favorite craft distiller selling some really cool limited offerings only in their gift shop? I'm talking things like the Hazmat offering Distillery 291 did for their 10th anniversary, or Neely Family Distillery's Papaw's birthday barrel. They don't have enough of it to send it out to distributors, so they only sell it via their gift shop. Well, companies like Distillery 291 and Neely Family Distillery have agreed to sell us 2 or 3 cases of these offerings moving forward, meaning our store will have the access to some of the rarest whiskeys in the world. Way more difficult to come by than the allocated bourbon offerings with a national release. Yes, they will be extremely tough to come by, but if you're a customer of our store, you'll have a chance to get them. Get signed up for our email or text list over at abvbarrelshop.com so you don't miss out.
The Bourbon Daily is part of the ABV Network. For more information or to become a sponsor, please visit abvnetwork.com. Thanks for listening and cheers.
This has been a Steve Akeley production.